This is like just one big show here, right? We can do this, right? All right. So today we're going to take a look at trapezoids. Trapezoids. Who can tell me what a trapezoid is by description? By description. By description. By description. Yes.
It's shaped that only has four
Has one pair of parallel sides.
quadrilateral.
It's a quadrilateral, which means it has four sides. Okay. So by definition, it's a quadrilateral with one pair of parallel sides, right? Which tells it has four sides and one pair of parallel sides. Okay? So, in our Indiana book, we will be on page 121. Page 121. And on page 121, if you look off to the right, we're going to look at this right here, okay, this part right here. Because it's a parallelogram. And the formula for the area of a trapezoid comes from knowing the formula of the area of a parallelogram. The formula for the area of a parallelogram is area equals base times height. Base times height. Well, as you can see with this parallelogram, if we split it into two equal parts, we have two equal trapezoids. Do you see that? Okay? So we get that 1/2 business going, right? Okay? Right? Okay? We still have the height that we need. But if we take a look at the base of the parallelogram was here. That was the base. Right? But in the trapezoid, you're actually taking that piece and putting it down here. Do we see that? That piece actually got moved. That same measurement is down there. Do we see that? And this is the rest of that entire base. Do we see that? Do we see that? So the blue and the red added together would make up that entire base. Do we see that? So the base that's in red plus the base that's in blue make up that entire base. Do we understand that? Questions on that? So we call that base 1 and base 2 because they're not the same measurement. And therein lies then the formula for the area of a trapezoid. Okay? So, when we look at a trapezoid then, we know its height is going to be perpendicular to the base. All right? Remember that you would be standing there, how tall you are, right? That's going to be the height. Okay? The bases are going to be parallel to each other. One is going to be base 1, the other is going to be base 2. It doesn't matter which one is base 1 and which one is base 2 by the community property. Okay? I can have the top first, the bottom second, the bottom first, the top second. It won't matter by the community property. But that is the formula that we use, and that's where it comes from. Does that make sense? Do you have to memorize where it comes from? No. I just wanted you to understand where it comes from. That's not just something that was plopped down on a piece of paper that we use. Okay? Questions on that? All right. Let's take a look at this trapezoid then, and we are going to use the formula, and we are going to find its area. Okay. So we will start out with the formula. Area equals 1/2 the sum of base 1 plus base 2 multiplied by the height. Area equals 1/2. Now we start substituting our numbers in. The bases are parallel to each other. What are the two values that are parallel to each other? 6 and 8. Does it matter which one is first? No. What is the height? 3. By order of operations, what do we have to do first? Ezra? Pardon? I couldn't hear you. Multiply what? Nope, we don't do that first. Eduardo? Yep, we're doing some parentheses at addition. Okay? 6 plus 8 is? And now the order doesn't matter, right? By the community and the associated property, because we're doing all multiplication, right? I would do half of 14, which is 7, and 7 times 3 is?
21.
And it is area, so we're going to do square centimeters. Square centimeters. Questions? Anybody? What's half of 14? So we could do 7 times 3 in there if we want to. Because half of 14 is 7. Okay? Does that help you? Okay? Anybody else? All right. Number 2. Area equals 1/2 the sum of base 1 plus base 2 multiplied by the height. And this is Hess. If I'm going too fast for your room, don't hesitate to call down here. One half. What are the measure of the two bases that are parallel to each other? Parallel to each other. Monte. 10 and 6. Good. They are parallel to each other. And if it helps to draw those two lines to show that they're parallel to help yourself out, certainly do that. What is the height? What is the height? What do we do next? And next.
8 is half of 60, so we do 8 times 5.
Okay. And 8 times 5, everybody? What's my label going to be?
Square.
Square centimeters. Okay, Louis. Does it make sense? Okay. Let's jump down to number 6. Number 6. All right. What did you do for this one?
Yeah. You guys didn't know?
Oh, really?
I thought we were waiting on it. No. Yeah. I was doing it.
No. When I left, I saw lots of people doing it as I went to check on the other class.
Oh, you went to check on the other class and then you were here.
That's good, because you were busy doing it. The other class was well underway. As for many of you, I'm not sure what a couple of you were doing. What did you do for the substitution step? All right. What's your next step look like? Audra?
A equals 1/2, 22, 76. Okay.
6 and 5 tenths? Okay. How about your next step? 6 and 5 tenths? So when you multiply 11 by 6 and 5 tenths, what did you get? 71 and 5 tenths? In your label? What? Uh-huh, good. Questions? Anybody? All right. Now we're going to do 7. 7. Ugh, I heard.
It's because I break.
Ugh. Huh?
Because I break.
Oh, that's okay. Just find a good spot. All right. We start out again with the formula. do I need to tell you to go ahead and work it out? We have mixed numbers. What do we need to do with our mixed numbers? If we're adding, what do we need to do? Add what? Common denominators. If we're multiplying, what do we need to do? Make them improper fractions. Yeah. Here we go. Here we go. What are we doing for our basis? Audra?
3 and 2 plus 8.
How about 3.5 and 8.5?
Yes,
Can we do that? And our height is 5 1/4? Okay. Do we need to have common denominators yet? No. Because when we add these two together, our denominators are the same, aren't they? Yeah. What's a half plus a half? 1 whole. Plus 3 plus 8?
11.
12, isn't it? And some of you made your work a little harder than you needed to, right? A little extra work. What's half of 12? Now we need to change that to an improper fraction. What's the improper fraction for 5 1/4? Okay. Can we cancel? Yes, what can we divide by? 2. That gives us 3, and that gives us 2, right? What's 3 times 21? 63. What's 1 times 2? 63 halves is equal to what? What's 63 divided by 2?
31.
Do we have a label? Square inches? Did anybody get that on their own? Okay. Only a couple people? Did we get lost in the fraction world? Uh-oh. What questions do you have, though? Could you get the 6?
Yes.
Could you get the 21/4?
Yes.
Yes? No? You couldn't get the 21/4 out of this?
Yes, I did.
Do you know how to get the 21/4?
Yes.
5 times 4 plus 1? Can you cancel?
Yeah.
Can you multiply across? We need more practice with that again? Yes? All right, that tells me something. Okay. All right. So, what questions do you have on the steps here? None? All right. Let's go down and take a look at number 9. Number 9. Oh,
Okay,
read through that. I want you to circle numbers, underline the question, box operation words, and then I want you to draw a picture of what it looks like. Labeling the unit. Yes.
Because our camera's down like bottom and I can't move it for the box.
Uh-huh.
And it's cut off.
Yes. I would be more than happy to do that.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Thanks for letting me know.
Which one are we supposed to be working on now?
9.
Number 9.
Uh-huh. All right, before you get too involved in this, let's see if we have the right measurements. I'm assuming that you circled 16, 8, 1 foot, half. Anything else? Shorter? Box it? Longer? height, underline the area, length, more than,
Area?
okay? So we have a trapezoid. What do we know about it?
The longest side is 16.
All right. What else do we know about it? The height is 8 feet.
But when you divide 16 by a half, you have to add another foot onto it.
So we divide 16 by 2 because that's half, and then we have to add another foot onto it, right? One more than half. So 16 divided by 2 is 8, and one more is, how many of you had the measurements correct? Okay, all right. So now we have the measurements correct, we can now find the area, right? Okay. Does that make sense? Okay. What do we put in for measurements of our bases? And our height is 8. What's 16 and 9? Do you want to do half of 25 or half of 8?
8.
And 4 25s makes? 4 quarters makes?
100.
And our label?
30.
Okay. What happens if both of these are odd numbers?
Then we have to make it.
Yeah, I would multiply it together and then divide it by 2. And you'll end up with a fraction or a decimal. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Any questions on this? Anybody? Okay. Page 125 and 126, all on both of them, are due tomorrow. Your Friday work is also due tomorrow. I'm going to end the Zooming